Smash that limiter!
Hello everybody, welcome to episode 33.
33, prime
33.
number, yes.
No, right? What was that you were going on about in the chat? I was too busy looking at shopping.
Oh, of course, there's not enough. I used to be addicted to the hokey pokey, but then I turned it all around.
Oh, okay.
And also there must be more head gaskets blowing up.
Oh.
So, last night,
yes,
I had 7 hours of sleep. I woke up with superpowers.
okay.
It was great.
What superpowers were these?
I was awake. It was great. Like, I could actually, be consciously aware of what the hell was going on. I exist.
Thank you for the follow, Luke.
I did a thing. Thank you for the follow!
I don't know how to say that. No.
I can't see it. I can't see it on the screen! Oh, here he is. Hang on. Stay there. I'm gonna try and pronounce your name. Ludi Croshiglana. Ludi Croshiglana. I want to offer a promotion of your channel. We're getting promoted. We're now your channel viewers, followers, views, chat, bots, etc. The price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed to be the best. Flexible and convenient order management panel, chat panel. Everything is in your hands. No, it's not. Turn it on, off, customize. Go to summarize. Are you banned?
Hang on a minute.
We were getting promoted. We were becoming managers. We were getting promoted in this business, this industry. We're getting a leg up. Hunter, are you there? We've been hacked. We're back after that promotion and then that break. Right. Yes.
I was muted again. What the fuck?
What do you mean you were muted again?
Yeah, when I pressed Control Z, it muted me.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, I know. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know whether I was muted the whole time or not. No,
this is
I
a
clicked unmute.
scuff stream. Yeah. It's time for another scuff stream.
All right, so I ordered one of these bad boys, and it came in.
Hell yeah!
So you know what this is?
That is I do know what that is. The clone machine.
It is. This is awesome for $30, mate. $30, and I don't even.
Yeah, I know. It's really good.
I don't even need to have it plugged into the computer to do it.
Yeah.
So highly recommend viewers get one of these.
I have one. It's incredible. It does all the work for you. You don't even need to think about it.
I need to get another one though for M.2. But so I will.
That one doesn't do M.2. Do they normally?
No. They usually do either this one, like 2.5 or 3 point whatever fuck it is, or they do M.2. So you have to buy them separately. The M.2 ones are more expensive too. They're like $100. These are like $30.
Ooh, that is a big difference, isn't it?
It is a big difference, yeah. But in saying that, M.2s are really common now, and I move hard drives a lot. I wouldn't recommend like people necessarily. You can get away with not having one, but me and Spliffy tend to always need to upgrade and change hard drives and stuff like that because of the things that we do, your music and stuff like that, and
Yes.
my videos, which you'll be surprised how fucking fast hard drives get filled with videos. Doesn't take
You
much.
need to compress that. You need to put that into a zip folder.
No, because it fucks up with the bloody quality of them when you end up rendering them.
No, I mean, like, once you're done with them and you don't need to touch them ever again, just put them in a zip folder.
Yeah, it could do that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. That's why I archive them. I have long-term storage. I mean. Yeah, but it's all good. I have my own method for doing it.
You just don't want to do it.
No, yeah, because if something goes wrong and I need to access again, the quality's poor. So
shouldn't it be the same?
Nah, when you zip video software and then you unzip them, it changes the quality of them. I don't know why it does something. There's ways around to restore it completely, but it can. The chances of corrupting is a lot higher. The biggest thing that I've had happen to me from personal experiences when I've compressed something and then uncompressed it is the audio and the video don't line up.
Right. How peculiar.
Yeah, it does. It can happen times. Not all the time, but it can happen. And when it happens, it's usually when you really, really don't want it to happen. So I try and avoid that. So I use mass storage and stuff like that. But anyway, so what you do is you put your source hard drive in that one, and you put your new hard drive in that one, and then you click that button, and then it does it. It does about 4 terabytes in like 15, 20 minutes. So it's pretty quick. This has a max capacity of 16 terabytes. So that is 16 terabytes from this one to that, and that's 16. So these two are 16, and it's cloning 16 terabytes. That's its max capacity. So it's pretty cool, pretty dope. So yeah, that was my cool little thing, more going towards the PC build that is in the works. That's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. Very excited. I have a quarter of the way to go.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Beginning of next year, I'm going to put second entire audio system together.
Yeah, you were mentioning that just before stream. So you're going to build a whole new computer and...
Yes, a whole new computer, and I'm buying a Arturia 16 input, a Rig 16.
What?
Which there's a lot of bells and whistles. I'm really impressed by how it works.
So what sort of processor do you need for audio? You something like
not really
a 4-core.
Literally anything that goes above 3 gigahertz.
Yeah.
Audio isn't as demanding as you might think, because it's literally just like, it's kind of like playing, say for example, you've got 16 mono tracks.
Yeah.
It's like playing 8 songs at the same time. That's essentially what's happening.
Yeah.
And there's no difference. So processing wise, not hugely expensive. It's more so to do with the RAM that it becomes a bit more complicated, or a bit more, you need a little bit more, especially when it comes to instrument plugins, where it's like everything is all samples.
You will have to go Intel for that build.
Why?
Because AMD at this present time cannot have more than 32 gigs of RAM. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It just won't boot.
Are you talking about AM5 or AM4?
AM5.
I'm not going with AM5. I'm going with AM4.
You go AM4? AM4, then you can go up to 120 fucking gigs.
Yeah, so my motherboard is 128 gigabytes. I'm probably going to be settling with 32 gigabytes. That should be enough for what I needed to do.
I would just fucking go 64, because the price of bloody DDR4 is like really cheap.
Yeah.
You can get 64 gig.
I'll have to think about it, because I'm also upgrading my old tower, because it only has 16 gigabytes, which might be enough. Like once I take the audio, the Pro Tools off of this computer, 16 gigabytes might be enough. But I might upgrade it just to 32 anyway, just
Yeah,
just
yeah.
so I can do that little bit more.
Yeah, I've been like tossing up with a lot of things and stuff like that. Because I'm definitely going with the AM5 platform, 100%. The reason for that is upgradability, especially with the new 8000 series CPUs coming out next year, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a 7000 series, and then I'm going to upgrade to 8000 next year. So I'll get an
Yeah.
Ryzen 7 to get me by, and it'll be able to run the massively powerful GPU that I'm going to get anyway. And then next year I'll go for the Ryzen 9 for that production line of CPU. Hopefully by then they would have sorted out their fucking RAM issues as well, because I would like to be able to use all 4 DIMMs.
Yeah.
At the moment with Ryzen CPUs, it is recommended by AMD themselves to use only well, when I say 4 DIMMs, I mean 2 DIMMs and 4 slots, because there's only 2 DIMMs. So Ryzen recommend at the moment with the 7000 series to only use 2 slots, 1 DIMM. There's instability issues because the way Ryzen works, it gets stuck. It's not so bad for like the 7000's non-X and X versions. They seem to be able to handle the memory a lot better, but if you have a 3D, it's a whole thing of them just not liking memory, where people have just had infinite boot loops and
that's no good.
Yeah, because the way AM5 works is when you first start up the computer, it goes through memory learning. So it runs a series of tests to find the optimum memory profile. And then once it finds it, it will sit up there. So the boot times after that won't be nowhere near as long. It's still longer than Intel. Intel's a lot faster. Intel's like that.
Hello, Ray.
Hey, Ray. But AMD's a bit slow, but it's more stable when it is correct.
That's a problem I'm having with there's no way I'm going AM5 just simply because of the stability issues. It's I need something that's stable.
Yeah, well,
that actually works.
The 8000 series, I reckon they're going to fix all that issues. It could be as simple as like just the way they worked and they didn't have enough core counts, or
maybe
it'd be something like that. Because the new 8000 series, they've decreased the base clock speed and they've increased the core count. So maybe that was the reason why the instability was happening, is because the single core speed is faster on all AM platforms than Intel. In fact, the fastest gaming CPU on the market is a Ryzen 7 78000 X3D. That's the fastest CPU. It beats Ryzen 9 tenfold. It's the only thing that can tame a 4090 at 1080p. Like it doesn't bottleneck nowhere near as bad as a i9, and it runs more efficiently and loses less power because it's an Ryzen 7. So yeah, I would love that CPU, but it's not good for production. So that's why I'd get the 7000X, because the 7000X will be able to do production pretty well, because it's got higher clock speeds, where the X3D has lower clock speeds. And that 3D cache offers no help whatsoever in production. So that's why it doesn't do that well, where the X is faster, essentially, so it can handle the production level work, where the X3D won't be as efficient at doing it. Gaming, though, if we fucking rip through everything, 4K without any dribbles.
I mean, I want a computer for a little bit more than just gaming.
Same here, and that's the reason why I won't get the 3D stuff. So I think the Ryzen 9's 3Ds, like the 9000X 3D and the 9050X 3D, I think that is a waste of money, because what's the point of having a production level X3D when it is not good at production level stuff.
There's no point, really.
Yeah, because the Ryzen 9 9000 and 9050X are better at production and gaming than the X3D counterparts. So the X3D counterparts of the 9s, the 2 9 series, is kind of a waste of money, in my opinion.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, especially since they both get beaten in gaming on the 78,000 X3D, which is a lower tier CPU. so it's funny that, and it's all got to do with the way the scheduling works and all that sort of stuff. It's J2 Cents actually explained it really well, because he had a 950 X3D, and he just ran into nothing but dramas with it. So yeah, so I'll avoid the 3D stuff. Yeah. So I haven't got the CPU yet. I haven't got the motherboard. I haven't got RAM, and I haven't got a GPU. So that's what I'm gonna go with. But yeah. But speaking of car things, like I was saying before, I mentioned in the last episode we're talking about scanning tools.
Yeah.
And someone was talking to me the other day about it, that they find it really freaking hard to find legitimate reviews and conversations on scanning tools online. And when he was telling me, I was like, I'm finding the same, because I find so many fake reviews and just scams online on YouTube and on Reddit forums and everything of people just talking absolute shit. Like, there's this brand called iSoft Car.
Yeah.
And they make a scanning tool. And I thought they looked reasonably reputable. And this Scan Tool Network YouTube channel goes on about them. On and on and on and on and on about them. There's pretty much just advertising them continuously. And I got sucked into it. I was like, oh, that seems like a pretty decent scanning tool, blah, blah, blah. And then I randomly was looking on a Reddit post, and it was the question, iSoft Car, any good? And the first comment was, do not recommend buying this tool. And I'm like, okay. And then I went down the rabbit hole, and basically every single person that has owned one, that knows what they're talking about, that knows how diagnostic tools work and all that sort of stuff. So this isn't someone who has no clue and just buys one and then he goes, oh, it works. This is people who are mechanics and enthusiasts and stuff like that. Every single one of the people that I would trust as judgment have turned around and said it's a heap of shit.
Well, there you go. What more do you need?
Yeah, and then when I was going through the comment section of this YouTube channel that just really loves to advertise them, it was normally like when you get a brand, particularly a video about a brand, you see like mostly positive and then like 1 or 2 negatives, something like that. Then like, oh, okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, it's all right. This was just constantly negative. This is shit. Do not buy. Bought it. Fucking froze. No live support. No technical support. I've been emailed. They gave me a defective version. They won't take it back. Blah blah blah. And it's just one after the other. I'm talking about like 100. 100 comments, one after the other, of negativity, and the YouTube channel that it was said nothing in response to any of them, which makes me think that's a whole fucking it's dodgy as fuck.
It's not good.
So so I'm gonna stay away from iSoft Car, because I just think it's not safe to spend that amount of money on something that might not work properly. If they reach out or whatever, I don't care. I just won't touch it. Too many people have said negative things. Fix it, and then we can talk. But I like to go off other expert opinions of anything. Um, Launch is another brand that is pretty reputable and pretty like on the more budget friendly scanning tools. However, there's so many fakes. Like, because like I was going online, I went down the rabbit hole on that one, and like people like, yeah, I bought a Launch and it was like really cool, good price for its bang and blah blah blah, and plugged it in and it worked. Like it found my VIN, did this and did that. But then when I went to go do a module that I know it can do on my car, it was coming up with some weird fucking error messages.
Oh no.
So he asked technical support for Launch, and Launch turned around and said that's a fake. So I'm like,
no.
so I'm like, okay, I'm not going to buy Launch. Not because they're bad; they're actually a really good product. It's just how do I tell the fakes or not? And I don't want to go like to an Australian site like AZ Scanners and pay ridiculous markup prices for something that's not worth that much money. I'm sorry, it's not. You're talking about a tool that you could buy for $600 online, and you might get a genuine one, and you might get a fake. I don't know. And then AZ Scanners are like selling for like $800, $900. Like, what the fuck? So I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna go for an Autel, which is more expensive, but it's gonna be legitimate. Less likely gonna be scammed. So, and it's the same price online as it is on like $100, $20 more. Depends whether the special's on, but it's the same price as like AZ Scanners. So, so obviously they control the pricing, where I think Launch don't control the pricing, which is why some companies like to rip people off, because their Launch is like, no, you sell at this price, like, or tell, because a lot of companies do that. I don't know if you noticed that, Spliffy, where they actually dictate how much it costs on the retail.
I do know that much. I have had that sort of situation happen.
Yeah.
And it's not fun when they do that, but at the same time, it's like, what the hell are you gonna do?
Well, that's it. Yeah. But it is what it is, eh?
Yeah.
So
no, I've got nothing else to say to that.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things you just got to be careful, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. So this is I mean, the price of this website is pretty expensive still, but like this is it. This is the one that I would recommend getting for those at my level of workload when it comes to automotive stuff. Like I do everything on my car. So I actually have, when I just did the fuel filter just recently, I discovered that the pedal dance doesn't always work when it comes to resetting your fuel pump to learning mode. If I had one of these, I could just do it a click of a button and then know it's actually done and it's working. So that's the reason why I was going to get one of these. And I know these do work on Nissans. The problem is a lot of people buy just this general scanning tool. And they work. Okay, so you're never going to get a scanning tool that does absolutely everything on every single car. It's just not going to happen. Professional grade enthusiasts get a generalistic scan tool, something like this. This will do a lot of models and do a lot. But then when it comes to specific things, they'll actually get a specific dealership level scan tool for that brand. So say, for example, they get a lot of BMWs in that aren't covered by the scan tool, so they'll get a specialized scan tool or software on their computer for that thing. So they'll pay for a module for that to be able to work. Most of the time, they just use PCs and do it that way. So they'll buy these for generalistic. Okay, so this is telling me what's going on here. Yada yada yada. Okay, cool. And then if they need to do something more complex, that's when they go to the $2,000 or the really expensive software PCs that they plug in. But for me, this sort of entry level by what do they call them? By fucking, it's got a bloody hot word here. Here we go. Where is it? There, bi-directional. So what bi-directional on a scan tool means, this is where the price jumps.
Yeah.
So bi-directional,
depending on whether it has bi-directional capacity or not.
exactly, yes. And
Right.
usually if the device is bi-directional, they don't have unlimited updates. And the reason for that is exactly they have to pay the manufacturers for the licensing to be able to do those tests and activate those modules on that car. So it costs them a lot of money. So that's why they usually only cover you up to 3, 2, or 1 year. But that's like current. So that is 3 years of new generation cars. That's not
too bad.
Yeah. So if a car, say for example, you buy it this year in 2023, you have till 2026 until you run out of your updates. So the end of 2026, you run out of your updates, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can.
One question about that though, actually.
Yeah.
So, say for example, you buy it in 2023, and does that mean that all cars that were released in 2023 will work on that tool forever? Or is it after the 3 years ends, that means that it's just not going to work at all?
No, it's only so the updates are only for new cars coming into the market.
Right.
So it will still do those functionalities of the cars that it's already been updated for. So if you've got a 2023 year car and make that is covered under that tool, it will be able to do it up till 10 years.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, because when you think about it, cars software doesn't change.
Not really.
Cars don't
because
really
you actually
get updated.
because they're not connected to the internet.
No.
So you actually have to physically plug something into it in order to update its software. And the question is, why would you do that?
They generally
if it works fine.
They don't do it. Only like Teslas and stuff like that do it, and that's because they're wank factor. But yeah, they just generally don't. So yeah, that's why it would work. But yeah, so I'll wait around. Like, this isn't something I'm gonna buy instantly. I'm gonna wait my while. It will come down in price. But yeah, that's pretty much the tool that I want to go. Autel's pretty reputable. You can get them on Amazon for a decent price. Like, you can get that exact one that I was looking at there for $679 on Amazon. And you can get it as cheap on eBay as well. So yeah. But that's all I need. I don't need anything more than that, to be honest.
No, because so this will just work on your car forever as well, because it'll be within that date, and then after that it'll just work, and you don't need to update it.
Yeah, exactly. Because my car's like pretty old anyway, so there's not that much that I can do on my car. Like, for example, brake bleeding. My car doesn't have that brake bleeding option. So with brake bleeding my car, you have to do it the old-fashioned way with 2 people or 1 person in the single tool where you bleed the brakes. So you work from the furthest away point, usually back left. Whatever your master cylinder's on, it's opposite to that. So if your master cylinder's on the right-hand side of your car, you start with your back left bleed valve. So you bleed through that, and then you move to your back right bleed valve, and you move to that, then you move to your front left bleed valve, and you move to that, and then you move to the front right bleed valve, and that's how you bleed your brakes. It's also how you do a flush too. It's just with the flush, the difference is you're continuously pumping the fluid out and replenishing the fluid with new fluid. So then that way you don't get any air pockets or anything like that. So yeah. I've seen what people do is they get like you've got your master cylinder reservoir and they put a funnel on the top and they just fill it all the way up with brake fluid. It costs a lot. Like you use a lot of brake fluid to bleed to completely flush your system.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you need to get everything out of the lines. So you need to get all your lines clear of old brake fluid. So basically, what I found what you do is so you start off with your back left and you fill up your reservoir. You have someone continuously filling it up with a funnel. And you bleed and bleed and bleed your brake fluid on the back left until your brake fluid starts to be clean. And you can tell dirty brake fluid's gnarly looking because you get a little water content and it goes really dark in color. And so you basically keep bleeding it until it starts changing color. And then once it's changed color to new fluid, then you seal it off. And then all you need to do basically is go around to the other brake lines and then bleed them until clean fluid comes out of each one. It doesn't take long. The back left is the furthest one to take a while because it's a lot more fluid to push through.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so because you're also pushing old fluid out of your brake cylinder back there as well, so it does take a bit more time. But yeah, you want basically no fluid, no old brake fluid in your brakes. That's the best way to do it. But you just have to make sure you have compensated enough with enough brake fluid because you will waste a lot doing that way. But you're guaranteed to have a clean flush though. So yeah.
Well, at least you won't crash from the lack of brake fluid.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
It's always fun.
It's what you want.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So what else has been going on?
A lot. Just a lot of work. We're just getting ready to just get the rest of this work done and then pack up for the year.
Yeah.
You know, we'll be finishing up in about 3 weeks actually. And then I'm just gonna take some time for my time off and then make plans for next year essentially.
Yeah.
Because I want to make some big I want to make some big plans for next year. Have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I still don't know what I'm going to do with my birthday next year. Yeah, with my birthday next year.
Yeah, what do you want to do for your birthday next year?
I was gonna do like a ghost tour thing. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Go and do some ghost hunting for just the hell of it. Without dying, of course. Don't die.
I won't die. Ghosts can't kill you. People think that they can, but they can't.
Oh, well, no one has died from a ghost and lived to tell the tale.
That is true. That is true. Some people might argue that Annabelle has killed people, but I think that was just coincidence.
A coincidence. Yeah. Your Honor, it was a coincidence. The body was just there with the top. That would be interesting.
I would love to see Annabelle in real life.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
I think it would be really cool.
Go in there, like, oh, hey, it's that. It's the Annabelle thing.
I don't know if I would challenge it, but
how the fuck do you challenge it?
I'm
scarier than you. I'm the scariest thing in the forest. Big and ugly.
Fuck you! You can't touch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
Turns out I can't hold that voice for very long.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! I've done nothing. Officer, I swear the doll was in pieces.
What would happen if you were to just burn it?
You'd probably get really fucked up. Like 1 week after you burned it.
I would just burn it.
Of course you would.
I would
Just
burn
throw
it.
caution to the wind.
I'd burn it with some sort of I'll get a priest to bless some diesel and some petrol and kerosene, and then I'd burn it in a holy fire. Throw some aluminium. Hell, fucking let's put some thermite on it, you know? Just go all out on it.
Burn this holy fire! Yeah, let it burn, baby!
That's right. Oh, totally would. I would do that.
I know you would.
It'd be fun, wouldn't it?
I mean, it's always fun to burn things. That's how pyromaniacs look at it. If it wasn't fun to burn things, pyromaniacs wouldn't exist.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
If pyromaniacs didn't exist, then where would the fun be?
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I just been stretch. I had very, very sore legs today.
You should. Here's
What?
another thing.
What?
I started riding my bike this week. I've already gone out for 2 bike rides.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoy it. I missed doing it. I haven't done it for literally almost 2 years, just because I just
Really?
I didn't put the time together to fix my bike, and then I finally fixed it, and then I'm like, okay, time to go for a ride.
That's cool.
And it's been paying off a lot because I feel like I've got a lot more energy now.
Yeah. That's awesome. Good on you, man.
Fuck yeah! Do you ride your bike?
I haven't ridden my bike in years.
You should definitely do that. Find like a
I
really nice track.
hell, I was even contemplating riding my bike to work every day.
Do that because like
Um,
it's not very far. It's like
No,
it's
it's
within
not.
bike riding distance.
Probably 15-minute ride.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, not very long at all. No, not at all. But
but
the problem is there's a section of the road that I have to ride on to get to work, and
yeah.
it is the most chaotic part because you have to go over
What do
a
you mean by
bridge.
chaotic?
You have to go over a bridge and everything.
What do
And
what?
it's just dangerous. It's really dangerous.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
Because you have to ride on the road.
Yeah.
And it's super fucking dangerous on the stretch because you're on a bridge with people driving like assholes.
Oh, I thought you meant like over a railway type bridge, like a footbridge.
No, like a actual road bridge, like car bridge.
Right, and there's nowhere for you to
There's
like.
no bike
There's no
lanes.
pathway.
There's no bike lanes. I could ride on the footpath.
Is there an alternate?
It's very narrow. Oh no, there isn't a footpath on the bridge.
So, what is there an alternative route that you can take?
No, there's only one way.
What?
Yeah, so that's why I haven't really done it. I thought about it. I've seen people ride down there and almost get run over several times. So I just think that's not for me.
Okay, well, maybe like an after work type of thing, because that's what I do. I get home.
Yeah, well, that's what I was. Right. I was doing that for a while. I was like riding to like going. I'll get home from work and then I'll go for a ride, but I haven't done it for a while. I probably should because I need to pump up my tires anyway. I probably should start doing that. That'd be a good fitness thing. It's just hard because I finished work at 5. That's all. But yeah.
Well, I only go out for. You don't need to go out for like a several hour ride. You just go out for. I only go out for a 30-minute ride.
Yeah, that would work.
It's like 30 minutes is quite intense.
Yeah, it's very hilly where I live too, so it's like up and down.
Yeah,
up and
so
down.
even better.
Yeah, definitely.
You absolutely need to. Sunday I'm gonna ask you if you've gone out for a ride.
I probably have not.
Oh. You don't plan on going out at any point this week before Sunday?
Well, so Friday I'm planning on catching up with my old work colleagues.
What about tomorrow?
Tomorrow I could possibly. I could possibly tomorrow. Oh, I'm just getting fucking tired.
That's all right. The
Yeah,
30-minute run.
I could probably do it tomorrow because like
Do
we
it
got
tomorrow.
a bike track. You need to come and visit me. It sucks that fucking when you able to come visit, I can't have time off.
Yeah, I know. We'll have to work it out a year after. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Like it will take me until I've been in the company in a year. So like maybe mid next year you'll be able to come visit. Because
Maybe
I'd be able to I'm sure I could be able to fly over that way for like 3 days, like do a weekend thing. Fly
it's a
over
long way to go
Friday.
for a weekend.
Oh no, I'll just go to ACT and then have you meet us.
I suppose so.
Yeah, because then we can just do the weekend, just fly over Friday night, stay Friday night,
still a
Saturday
long way,
hang
though.
out. It's a weekend getaway. Because ACT
Okay.
is not that expensive plane tickets, I think.
I don't know. I haven't looked. No, it doesn't matter.
I don't
Because
think
like my plan was to more or less see you in during January time.
Oh, they're fucking heaps cheap.
Okay.
What the fuck? Everywhere is cheap, but from my location to there. It is cheaper to fly to
Fuck you in
fucking
particular.
ACT from Brisbane. I'm closer. Yeah, it costs $225 for a ticket. Where everywhere else is like under $200, $100. Fucking makes no sense.
Wow.
Melbourne makes sense because Melbourne's like right around the corner.
Yeah.
Gold Coast makes no fucking sense because why is it cheaper to fly from Gold Coast to Canberra than it is from Melbourne to Canberra?
Because I reckon the government subsidizes it to promote people traveling to the Gold Coast to go to because basically the Gold Coast is a massive tourist market. It's probably the biggest tourist market in Australia.
Yeah.
So they probably subsidize the tickets so that way that it promotes tourism because that's their biggest cut. That's where they probably make that money back tenfold from tourism alone.
Yeah.
And I reckon that's why.
I know during the off periods as well, it's always cheaper. Whoa, that is expensive.
What's that?
If you fly via Qantas, it's $642.
Oh, what the hell? That's a little steep, don't you think?
Why is it so expensive?
Because it's Qantas. Qantas is just...
No, even Virgin's that expensive.
Well, it's
$273. What the fuck?
Don't think about it too hard.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Don't get distracted.
Flights are way too expensive. I remember I had to pay $400 to fly to fucking Perth. Perth's a long distance, but yeah, it was really expensive.
Yeah, still, don't matter. It doesn't matter. We'll sort it out next year. Fine.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is, in fact, what it is.
It is what it is.
Because I plan on doing quite a few things next year. I'm just going to try and cram as much of it into January while I still have time.
I'm actually thinking of instead of doing ghost hunting, because the biggest problem with the ghost hunting is I can't organize like a booked out event with all the friends and family to go to it because they have to book it themselves.
What?
Well, because so I book it and say to them, "Listen, I'd like to have a booking with X amount of people to arrive." They don't let you do that because they want a full booking. They have to have a full booking. So they're like, everyone has to book on that day because I asked them in the past about it. Like, so they have 7 slots, for example. They have to have everyone book and pay because they ask payment up front for those 7 slots.
Yeah.
So I would have to organize all my family and friends to book that night, the same night that I'm doing it, and then to pay for it then and there. You know how fucking hard that is to get people to do that shit? So what I'm thinking I might do, and I was thinking about this today, I haven't been camping since the start of COVID.
It has been a long time since you were camping, hasn't it?
It's been a very long time. It's been 4 years. 4 years since I've been camping. And me and Ray bought all this lovely camping gear that we haven't even touched. So I'm
You should probably
thinking
go camping.
of going camping on birthday, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I might go back to Love Day. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Go for the long weekend
Yeah,
again.
go to camping at Love Day.
Yeah, go full driving. Might make some videos. I don't know. Now
Do
that I
some
can
stuff.
actually do more of the course too, because my car won't fucking drag on everything. She's a lot taller now, so. I mean, there's still some stuff there that I won't do because I know I'll just damage my car. There's this rut there you go right down and you got to go straight up. And to be honest, you can't do it without a diff lock, a front diff lock, because what happens is because it's so steep and then it's so steep to go up. If you don't get traction on the going up part, you can't get up. I saw so many cars try to get up this fucking out of the rut. They just couldn't do it. They're not having to be pulled backwards out of it because if they went forwards, it would just fuck their car up. But every single one that went in there ended up coming up with panel damage.
Ew.
So I don't want to do that because yes, I own a full drive, but it is my daily. Okay, it's my one car, so I don't particularly want to fuck it. so I go full driving.
Desirable.
I go full driving for enjoyment, not to have a bad time. Now, if I had some dirty fucking EQ Patrol or JQ Patrol, what the fuck you call GQ Patrol, sorry, that I don't give a fuck about, then yeah, I would use every single track. I'd roll the cunt, I don't care. But this is my one car, and it's expensive to fix things, and I like the look of it. I don't want to damage it. So I will not put myself in situations, if avoidable, of damaging my car. That is also why I drive like an old lady. Because I don't particularly trust other drivers. So if I have enough time to react, then I have enough time to react. I do hoon here and now and then, but you know, there's a reason for it. It's not because I'm just being a dick. It's like usually like I need to get the hell out of the way. Something like that. So yeah. So I think that'll be fun if I do Love Day, I think. And then I'm more guaranteed to have people turn up because on Love Day at least I can book in advance and have a adequate size campsite. So then when people turn up, they just turn up and pay on the day. So it's not that expensive either. So yeah, I think I'll do that.
No, do that.
This time though, I'm going to bring a lot more water than I did last time because that was kind of bullshit.
We didn't have enough water.
Oh, an ex-friend of mine. I don't talk to him anymore. So we had 25 liters of water to last us 2 days. More than adequate. More than adequate. Yeah. And we're only using the water for like cups of teas, coffees, hot chocolates, and washing dishes and food, like boiling water for potatoes and stuff. Because we cook good food when we're eating it, when we're camping. We don't just have like baked beans and toast. Like we have steaks and have because I got the full setup. So I cook good food. And he was just continuously washing his hands, continuously brushing his teeth, and he used all that fucking water up. Like, within less than a day. So at the end of I had to fill it up with river water, not from the river, but like filtered river water from their facility, and it was fucking gnarly. Like, we couldn't do anything with it. We could wash our hands, that's about it. Like, I was so pissed off that he used all our water up. So pissed off. But since I don't talk to him anymore, he's definitely not coming to it. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. 25 litres would definitely last me and Ray. So, yeah. God.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he was the worst. Sometimes, yeah, it was actually not long after that trip that he kind of stopped talking to me.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
what a great coincidence. Sounds like you guys weren't getting along anyway.
Oh, we were getting along. It was he got back with his ex, and she hated me, and she was a bitch.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, basically banned him from talking to me. So,
lovely ray of sunshine by the sounds of it.
Yeah, I did not like her one bit. Thing is, I don't know what I did wrong. So I used to really like her as a good friend. And then they broke up, and I found out. Well, actually, no, a step back. He stopped talking to me and wouldn't respond to me, and it just would be like months where he just doesn't respond. And then he met up with me randomly. We hung out, and he's like, "Yeah, she's really upset with you about I don't know exactly what, and so I'm not allowed to talk to you." And I'm like, "What? What did I do?" Because as far as I knew, I was friends with her. And anyway, and then he broke up with her and told me all these horrible stories, and it was horrible what she's done to him. And then he went back to her, and haven't spoken to him since because she didn't let him talk to me. That's why.
That kind of thing terrifies me.
Yeah, I've been in situations where I've had past ex relationships where they try and do that, where they try and sort of alienate you from your family and friends. Luckily, I broke up with them before like things got pretty ugly, but yeah, you got to be careful with that shit. Relationships can turn pretty toxic, eh?
Yeah, I'm terrified. That's one of the reasons why I'm terrified of relationships.
Yeah.
Possibility of that happening.
The rule of thumb, okay, if you ever get in a relationship, and this goes for anyone, soon as that person gets jealous of you hanging around with the opposite sex or people that you're attracted to, that's a red flag, because it means they have insecurities, and it means that it's going to cause problems. Some people can work through it, most likely not, but some people can. And unfortunately, when you get those sort of jealousy personalities in a relationship, it never ends well. Honestly, it's like the big red flag. Jealousy is a big red flag for me, especially in my situation, because I relate to females a lot more than males. Like, if you're my only male friend, there's a reason for that. Is because I generally don't get along with guys that much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I find them annoying. So I get along with girls a lot more than guys. It's the whole fucking yeah, bro, like all that shit. I'm not.
Oh yeah, that is stuff. It just annoys me when when anyone's like that. Really.
Like, I saw these bunch of P-platers on my way home in a car listening to music, going like in the car. And I'm just looking at them, going, "You fucking twats!" Like,
that I can laugh and just walk away.
I do. Yeah, I laugh and walk away. But they're the sort of people that unfortunately make up most of the male community. So,
right.
So that's why I just generally have very few male friends, but I have a lot of female friends. And it's just because I just get along better with them. I guess
Mm.
is probably the real answer.
I hate to boast if it is boasting. I generally get along with everyone. I
Yeah,
find it difficult to not get along with people. There are some people I just don't get along with.
yeah,
Just
but
because
even when
we're
you,
just really,
yeah,
really different people. That's all.
yeah, but
Sorry, you were saying something?
even when you don't get along with them though, you're still polite to them, and
Yeah.
they think you like them half the time.
Which is really fucking weird when that
Oh
happens.
no, it's funny though. I crack up. But anyway, everybody, so
Let's see who we're
something
rating
really
today.
confusing. So we're gonna raid Angel Naomi again.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Angel Naomi. Let's do it.
Yeah, she's got dogs on screen at the moment. So
Oh, it's compulsory now.
yeah,
It's compulsory.
all right, let's do it, everybody. I hope you have a good day and night, depending around the world. And we'll catch you next time on the next episode.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
See ya.